So this week, the Philadelphia Eagles will head to Chicago to take on the Bears in Week 15 on a current hot streak, as they are averaging 41 points over their last 3 games, and they are on a current 4-game win streak. And of course, they are 12-1 on the NFL season, which is best in the league. They will look to continue their dominant play versus the Chicago Bears. And heading into this week, it's easy to get distracted, especially us fans looking ahead to that Dallas Cowboys matchup, especially with the Micah Parsons comments recently this week. Plus other things like the Chris Sims comments on Jalen Hurts' campaign, in addition to the Micah Parsons comments, as well as the Philadelphia Eagles just recently clinching a playoff berth versus the New York Giants, and of course that Cowboys game coming up after this week. It's easy to overlook this game versus the Chicago Bears. So this is a potential trap game for the Philadelphia Eagles. So the Philadelphia Eagles have to zero in on their opponent this week, which is of course the Chicago Bears, and really stay focused on beating them and avoid all these other distractions and looking ahead to that Dallas Cowboys game on Christmas Eve. And I think they've done a really good job of staying locked in all week leading up to this game. Versus the Chicago Bears, who are a team that is clearly in rebuild mode, sitting at 3-10 on the current season, and they're also dealing with a lot of injuries to key players. So this is clearly a huge mismatch for the Philadelphia Eagles, as they are clearly the better team. But again, like I just said, they have to stay focused. No win in the NFL is a given, and they're going to have to go out there and earn this win versus the Bears. So one of the things the Eagles are going to look to do in this game is continue their recent dominant stretch on offense. They recently moved up to the #1 offense in the NFL in terms of points per game. They've been extremely dominant on that side of the ball over these past 3 weeks. They're going to look to continue that. And Jalen Hurts will look to continue his dominant play as well and further strengthen his MVP campaign. And Jalen Hurts is now, of course, leading the race for that Most Valuable Player award, so he will look to continue his impressive play. And they just really have to carry their momentum on from the last few weeks, like I just said, and continue to dominate on the ground. Miles Sanders being a huge factor in the Eagles' past couple games, especially versus the Packers and versus the New York Giants, just reaching over 1,000 yards on the season. Philadelphia Eagles have become the #2 rush offense in the NFL, and they're going to look to continue that dominance in this game versus the Chicago Bears. They're also going to continue to dominate through the air with elite wide receivers A.J. Brown and Devonta Smith, along with other key impact pieces, Inquez Watkins and Dallas Goedert, who is now going to return in this game most likely. And these pass catchers will have a huge impact in this game versus the Chicago Bears as well. And they're going to look to use their dual threat ability to take advantage of a Chicago Bears defense that hasn't been particularly good this season. They've been really bad against the run, and they've given up a lot of points at around 25.6 per game. So the Philadelphia Eagles defense, as long as they stick to what they've been doing, should not have a super difficult time scoring points against the Chicago Bears defense and moving the ball up and down the field, whether it's running the football or passing it. Meanwhile, for the Philadelphia Eagles defense, their main focus should be on shutting down quarterback Justin Fields, who has definitely been the Chicago Bears' best playmaker on offense this season. And like I previously mentioned, a lot of Chicago's main weapons on offense are injured, so they're really banged up on that side of the ball. So Justin Fields is going to be relied on a lot more to provide offense for the Chicago Bears. Justin Fields has actually been pretty good this season, especially given the hand that he's been dealt. He's been the best running quarterback in the league this season and one of the best of all time. He's just under 100 rushing yards away from reaching that coveted 1,000-yard rushing mark, and he would become the 3rd quarterback to ever do it, along with Michael Vick and Lamar Jackson. And he's also led the Chicago Bears to the #1 rushing offense in the league. And by contrast, the Bears have the worst pass offense in the league, so Justin Fields' strength is clearly running the football, and that shows in the Chicago Bears offensive statistics. So the Bears' game plan definitely has to be to run the football on the Philadelphia Eagles, as the Eagles have the #1 pass defense in the NFL. And although the Philadelphia Eagles' run defense has been much improved over the past couple weeks, it is still the best way for the Chicago Bears to attack the Eagles' defense. But if the Eagles are able to stop Justin Fields and the run game, they should pretty much be able to shut down the Bears' offense entirely. Coming into this game, I think everyone knows that this is one the Philadelphia Eagles should easily win, and it's really just about them staying focused and on the task at hand going into this game versus the Chicago Bears. And as long as they do that and continue to execute like they have been over the past couple weeks, they should be able to easily win this one and take care of business and remain undefeated on the road, as they are the only undefeated team on the road this NFL season. I expect them to win by a score of around 35-17, being my official prediction. I don't expect it to be very close. I think the Philadelphia Eagles are far and away the superior team to the Chicago Bears, and I think it'll show in the final score. And if my prediction comes true and the Philadelphia Eagles advance to 13-1 on this season, that should set up a huge rivalry division matchup between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Dallas Cowboys on Christmas Eve, in which if the Eagles beat the Cowboys, they can not only clinch the NFC East, but also clinch the #1 seed in the NFC, and that'll just be a super fun matchup to watch. And Micah Parsons' recent comments on Jalen Hurts' MVP campaign have only created more anticipation for that Eagles vs. Cowboys Christmas Eve matchup, and only done more to intensify that rivalry between the two teams. So if you want to check out a video discussing Micah Parsons' comments on Jalen Hurts, you can go watch that right here. Give me your thoughts and opinions down below about this Philadelphia Eagles vs. Chicago Bears game. Who do you think is going to win? What do you think the final score will be? Subscribe to the channel for more Eagles videos and other NFL and NBA content just like this, and drop a like on this video to help push it out to other people. And with that being said, that's pretty much all I got for this video. So thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.